I forget. Have I told the old people are dirty story?
What?
I can't remember, so let's just assume no.
Alright.
I should know the story, and I don't think I do.
So, my friend Eric and my friend Scott were walking somewhere. They were living together at the time. And this is going to lead to the spaghetti story, which I'll tell in a minute. But they were walking home, and there was just this box of old dishes. All of them looked like they had been clean and whatnot, but they were set out for the curb for trash. They did, it was written free on the side, and it was like a whole matched set of dishes. It wasn't anything, like, expensive, but it was, like, a huge box of it. My friend Eric was like, fuck yeah, free dishes. We just got an apartment. This is perfect. And Scott goes, no, that might have belonged to old people. So? But old people are dirty. And, yeah, this was his entire... Yeah, but old people are dirty. And he now denies that this story happened. However...
I, too, would deny any story that makes me sound like Team 4-Star Goku.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
Eat goddamn food. Why won't you eat food? I'm hungry. There you go.
Lag.
But, well, it wasn't really lagging. It was just not doing anything. But, Q, it was actually the same day. They were going out to, as it turns out, rob a train yard.
Okay.
As you do.
As one does when you are completely broken, jobless. And basically, they discovered how to take the locks off of train cars using the hyper-advanced technology of a rock. The locks they use on train cars are actually a pretty interesting idea. It's essentially a metal bar that's stuck through the hole, and then you put a clamp around it that melts a giant wad of plastic onto the bar.
Give them a clamp, or give them the clamps.
That keeps you from being able to open it or pick it. So one day, my friend just got angry and started hitting it with a rock until it fell off at one point. So that happened. But anyway, they're getting ready to go out, but they have to be there at a specific time because, the railroad bulls patrol the yard every, few hours. Anyway, they have just made 6 pounds of spaghetti because it was the only food they had. So they had divided it into equal portions in 3 pounds in each bowl. And my French guy's like, "Come on, man, we gotta go now if we're gonna get there." It's like, "Hold on." Turns the bowl up, inhales 3 pounds of spaghetti in about 3 seconds, puts the bowl down, goes, "Okay, let's go."
Well, there is a trick where you can relax your throat muscles and basically just let everything slide straight down into your stomach.
That is what apparently this is a skill he learned to master because...
He studied boa constrictors?
Yes. But apparently this is a trick he mastered because... eating in a hurry when he was a kid so he could go out to play. And he has also used this for drinking really quickly and other
I think we might be crashing again.
It's entirely possible.
I think it's the rain.
There's a zombie here that's just kind of limply waving at me and not moving.
He's saying hello.
Yeah, I toggled
and I can't stab him.
Yeah, I toggled downfall, and the downfall isn't toggling. I think we're about to crash. Yep.
Jay, what are you doing?
Jay, fix the ladders.
Reached end of stream for blah, blah, blah. Well,
Jay, this 5-minute
blame
server...
on me this time because I'm not using TNT anymore.
So is there more to the spaghetti story?
Aside from him downing 3 pounds of spaghetti and tomato sauce in under 3 seconds.
3 pounds of spaghettis.
Spaghettis.
I'm 5 now.
Then it'd
Well,
be a sketties.
Sometimes, Jay.
Yeah, sometimes. I think this world might have problems due to all of the mods.
No, I think it's you.
Face might have
It's entirely
problems.
possible. But,
I like our mods. We're keeping them.
Well, then we may have to set a standard world size and not go over it next time.
We
Like, just-
barely explored out this world.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm gonna stay away from the fly machines unless I absolutely have to.
But Josephine,
Josephine?
nobody is
I'm
going to
Josephine,
get that
or flying machine.
Ah, yes.
Oh, but
because I'm like 93 now.
that was, however, I think the same time they managed to, because none of the, all right, the cars are definitely not marked whatsoever. So there's, aside from an identification number, which is faxed ahead to every station. That way you know what, basically they'll know what's in the cars and they'll check to make sure the cars haven't been tampered with. So they would break into random cars, and usually what they would find was stuff. Now, it was stuff that, like, was someone's shit they were shipping. Like, obviously belonged to an average person. They left it alone. Because, they're not, they'd steal from corporations, obviously. Because you gotta have some morals. But,
Unlike the
you're-
corporations.
yeah. But, they managed to break into one car that turned out to belong to some, and I'm not going to mention the company, major meat distributor. And it turned out to be a refrigerated car once they got into it. So my two friends, running through a trading yard at night, trying not to get caught with whole halves of cows strapped to their back.
In related news, we're not allowed back at the aquarium.
Yeah. But yeah, they apparently ended
How
up...
fast can you run carrying a side of beef?
Well, my one friend used to exercise by strapping 200-pound bags of lead shot onto his back and running.
So pretty quick.
This is also why he doesn't have functional knees anymore.
Or is he just Batman?
But they got out of there with 2 whole halves of cow.
So
It's
they
called
got
a-
out of there with a whole cow.
It's
Yeah.
called a side of beef, Jay.
Oh, whatever. It's half of cow. That's what it is.
That's going to be an episode title if I can remember for 5 minutes.
Half of cow.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty much it. It is a half of a cow and they made it out of the yard. They apparently had a very nice barbecue because they realized that they couldn't fit all of that meat in their fridge.
Jay,
Well, obviously.
you realize this was actually an episode of I Love Lucy, right?
I did not know that. Is it?
Well, without the train car part.
Oh no, their life. Well, their life is.
Jay, the server's crashing again.
God damn it! It's raining.
Oh, never mind. The skeleton died.
Ah, good. The server survives.
For a minute.
Toggling downfall to see.
Well,
if
the
that
toggle worked, so.
But yeah, that was unfortunately before I knew them. But they had pictures from the barbecue. Each of them because their shirts were just covered in blood. I just completely covered in it because they had my one friend had just found rope and slung it around his shoulders like a beef backpack, and the other one, god damn it.
Hey, I was right.
The other one had just thrown it over his shoulder. And so one of them had just a ton of blood on their back, and the other one he fireman carried a half of a cow.
Side of beef.
Half cow. That's what you order in coffee, a half calf.
I hate you.
That's why I won't order one. They'll just bring me a coffee with a whole cow in it. Well, a half cow.
A half baby cow.
Yeah. Lord, how far back am I?
I'm quite a ways back.
Yeah. No, that was.
I'm just picturing your cup of coffee with half of a baby cow sitting out of it.
This is normally where most people would be horrified, not laughing like a maniac. Imagine being brought a coffee with a dead baby animal in it.
What must the vegans think?
Good thing we're not normal.
Well, you know, we started being friends because of a necrophilia joke. What do you want from me?
And that's fairly special.
Well, I told a joke, and I had told it like 3 different times to people, and it was actually Erica. You have told that joke so many times, James. Alright. I don't just kill a joke, I fuck the corpse.
And I hadn't heard what joke he was going on about, so all I heard was, I don't just kill a joke, I fuck the corpse. And it was hilarious because it was such a non sequitur from the conversation I had been having with somebody completely different. So I busted out laughing. Everybody else stared.
That's okay, we're not normal.
Seems to work for you, though.
Yeah.
We function, that's the important thing.
We function, and, you know, well, we're kind of functionally retarded, let's be honest.
No,
That's a sort of functioning.
No, I'm not functionally retarded. My function is not slow at all.
No, I'm just lazily functional.
You're functionally lazy?
Yes.
Almost there.
But, I'm wondering if I'm too far from home.
How far from home are
Yes.
you?
Almost 3,000 blocks.
I love how this area is completely lit up with torches. Just completely covered in torches. And yet it's still, you know, dark like it's in the shade.
Well, yeah.
Is it nighttime? Is your brightness turned up?
Yes.
Did you set the timer?
I can walk over to this other area and everything's, you know, bright and normal. I can walk into this other area. Nope. All of a sudden everything is fucking, you know, dark.
I keep wondering if
Maybe you
Torches
could
aren't shedding light.
adjust your monitor.
It's not the monitor because it's working, or the light is working just fine in another area. It's just that whenever I pass into the other area, the torches stop shedding light.
Charlotta.
I guess the server is breaking.
Entirely possible.
Guess your face is breaking.
This
My
pig
face is a
just-
server?
Yeah.
No, you can still murder. It's fine. But, damn it. Just... See, that's the problem after playing
Ah!
Scream. Yeah, after
Hi,
playing...
XB.
I was looking to see if anything is spawned back there. I still need some more experience levels.